much. Thanks for this opportunity. It's really nice to hear about what everybody is doing, and it's always great to connect with like-minded people, especially when you're sitting in the middle of a place where you don't have too many like-minded people like I am at present in my village. Most people keep asking कि आप क्या कर रहे हो? You know, what is this all about? So it's takes a lot of explaining. Um, Mountainwind actually is like a dream. It was a long-term dream. I don't know where dreams come from, but I think they basically come from a wish to better the human world. And in my case, I think what happened is that, the education system is what was something that we question. And it began from there, thinking that education, the system, the way it's created, isn't really something that believes in true learning. So I think that's the fundamental belief in Mountainwind, is to want to actually dismantle and question conventional education ways of learning. So actually, I set up the foundation in 2022 with another 4 people. We are based in Himachal, in a village in my own home village where I live, Buira, in district Sirmaur. So we are at a height about 6,500 feet in Deodar forest. And it was set up to fulfill this dream of me, transforming, I think, the human world through a different way of learning and a different kind of learning, one that brings you back and reconnects you to our forest roots, all of us. So some of us are fortunate enough to retain our tribal root and are linked to the forest. And I feel like the reconnection that learning systems don't give, Mountainwind will attempt to give, hopefully, and also to create a kind of learning space which is very non-hierarchical, very safe, very inclusive, and non-judgmental. So our model is based on this. I think I'd really like to share a screen so that it becomes a little bit, it's not just this lecture going on and on. So I'm just going to share a little bit of a presentation around what we're all about. So just give me a second. I'm just going to share my screen. And I am not so good at technology. 1 second. Is it visible?
Not yet.
Yeah?
No, Ritu.
Not yet. Not yet.
No.
No.
Oops. Okay.
Or you can try sharing the file with me on WhatsApp, and then I can also present in case.
Okay. I just opened it. It's visible
Mhm.
on my screen, but for some reason.
But so in the Zoom, you have hit the share screen, right?
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
after that,
Yeah.
then after.
I actually checked it out, but something
Hmm.
seems to be 1 second. You can't see it at all, is it? 1 second, let me retry.
Yeah, something is coming up. Yes.
Is it coming now?
Yes. We can see the whole window now. Yeah.
Okay. I get rid of this one.
We can see all your presentations.
You can see all of them. Okay, that's a start anyway. Is it coming now? Can you see?
Mhm. Not that one specific thing, which one, the one that you're trying
Can't
to share.
see? You're not.
No, we're seeing the whole.
How come it's coming on mine? Getting very confused now. One sec.
Ritu, you unshare, first you stop sharing. Okay. Now again press share.
Should I stop? Okay. This is really.
After stop sharing, again share.
I
and
did
then
a rehearsal actually of this.
Okay.
That's
So when
okay.
you choose
No problem.
share, when you choose share, you select the window on which your presentation is being shown. There will be multiple windows.
Can you see it now?
Yes.
That's it.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Pradeep to the rescue.
Eureka, Eureka. Okay. Thank you. Ha. Okay. Yeah. So, just talking again about Mountainwind, which is the Himalayan Creative Learning Ecoversity, the name of our Ecoversity. And I've already shared a bit of the vision that the idea is to build and nurture hand and land-based skill learning, ethical and creative learning. So there's a very strong ethical component in all of our courses, and nurture our diverse Himalayan heritage and indigenous knowledge systems. And all this, towards bettering our world, maybe a more compassionate, more peaceful, sensitive, one that respects everybody's inherent uniqueness and gives space and strength to that, everyone's, unique abilities without comparison, without competition. So that's the philosophy of the kind of learning that we'd like to generate at Mountainwind. So our motto is learning to live and living to learn. These are just a few images. The one on top you see is of our small Mountainwind campus, which is a very small campus, and some of the spaces. So the design was deliberately done so that it's a vision-led design where the spaces of learning are also round, circular, non-hierarchical. And we have basically two buildings. One is the main building called the Moro, and the other is the hostel facility for our residential courses that we run, which at the moment are 7-day courses. So this just the building also echoes a mix of Eastern and Western Himalayan architecture. It's just to give you some idea of the kind of learning environment that one is trying to create, because one feels that we believe that the environment plays a huge role in learning. The lower part, these are the cafe and hostel buildings. And this is what's called the Morung. This houses our head office of the foundation, and it's also the learning space, which is built around a library and a storytelling spaces. So we have lots of learning spaces which are mostly outdoor and some indoor. Sorry, yeah. I'm just going to give you a short, brief look through kind of thing, not take too long, just to, show you how we began. Since we've just begun on 1st April, we are very new. But last year, the first year, we had the opening of the Mountainwind campus with a dham. In Pahadi, dham is the feast that we have at the opening of, where everybody's invited. And so we had a tree Thanksgiving, etc. Some traditional dancing and making community art, planting trees, and playing a few games with food, of course. So we have basically a three-pronged program under Mountainwind Ecoversity. The first is the Himalayan Community Youth Program, which extends to the entire Himalayan region, but at present is the local youth only that we have. Under this program, we are beginning with that. And it's basically a leadership program which includes I mean, for social and ecological action, ultimately. The second is the multi-skill residential courses that we run, which are the 7-day courses. We have different programs, and each course is multi-skill, which means that you learn more than one skill. There are usually 2 facilitators per course. The third is the research and documentation of Himalayan indigenous knowledge and heritage. We hope that this program will feed our multi-skill residential courses, and we'll be able to offer, once we have some kind of publication, we are able to curate courses around indigenous Himalayan knowledge, which will also become part of our multi-skill residential courses, and it will also train facilitators to actually carry out these curated courses. These are just a short, brief overview of what all we managed to do, little bit of what we managed to do. So the local community workshops, we had 2 of them. One was last year on your left, which you just see the poster, which says your smokeless rocket stove workshop, earthen workshop, which was conducted by our local facilitator, Tenzin from district Manali in Himachal. So we have 2 faculty that conducted this one, Rajatla and Tenzin. The second one on your right, this one is a very recent one, which was a 2-day natural art workshop, which we just concluded 16 June. Our facilitator came from Australia as a wild art artist, Binala. So this was for the local community or people who were staying nearby. The multi-skill residential courses is what we decided to kickstart the year with this time, and we've just done 2 as of now. So this has a global participation. Anybody can come. We don't take more than 10 people. So the idea is to create a very intimate learning space where everybody is, gets full attention, because everything is very hands-on. Everything is very much outdoor and very much connected to our natural environment. And it's all about building a connection with the natural environment. So the first course, these are a few pictures of the first course, which just happened in May. That was the creative thinking and writing in nature residential course. So you can see a few pictures just to give an idea. I don't want to get into any details. It's just to give a little bit of a feel of the place and how things are done. This is the natural art residential course, which is the second course, which had wild art and eco dyeing with shibori techniques, where we made our own brushes. We use nothing from the market except paper on which the art is produced. All our utensils, that's all our brushes, everything we use is made by us, as well as the the eco dyeing. Everything is natural. All the ingredients are from the environment itself. So Binala taught us how to make natural pigments for paint, and techniques of how to make it permanent. We also under the residential courses, we also have an ecological and vernacular building program, which one is curated, but we haven't yet begun. The idea is to revive vernacular Himalayan building techniques and have a lot of hands-on construction courses based like rammed earth, bamboo trusses, etc., stone masonry. And we actually build something during this course, which contributes to the local community or to the campus. So the idea is also to create a lifelong link with Mountainwind to create a learning community that will want to always come back, will always want to remain connected, not just come for a one-time course and that's it. A few outreach initiatives that one tried to do in the past year are, connections with the initiatives of Change Asia Plateau, where they gave me a place and opportunity to present the idea of Mountainwind in 2023. Yeah. And also at the Ecoversities Alliance, one had an opportunity to give a very short thing, but since nothing had happened at that point, there was nothing too much except the Dham video to share. Recently, we were selected to be a Home for Humanity, which is an international organization. Very grateful for that because it gives us a big boost, and hopefully we are able to extend our outreach. There are a few projects, the Himalaya, which we are trying to get support for. Like one is the Himalayan Art for Action Circle project, which we hope will support interns who will research and document indigenous Himalayan heritage, especially art and music, folk art, folk music, which is lesser known in each of the 10 Himalayan states of India. The idea is also to create intergenerational kind of a community of creative practitioners, maybe about 10 in 8 or 10 in number, which will form a kind of circle, like an art for action, using art for social and especially ecological action, protection of our Himalayan environment, which is a great cause of concern at the moment for all of us here. The other is the Himalayan Voice proposal, which is just a proposal at the moment, hoping for some support. Somewhere is selecting and creating like an inclusive representative group of young leaders from the Eastern and Western Himalayas to have a stronger voice again. And the objectives are still ecological and social. Yeah. And we hope that we can have a peace circle, bring people together, because there's a very little connection between the Eastern and Western Himalayas. And we work across national boundaries, and we believe the Himalayan region is one. Just at the end, we had a few learnings from doing the course, which has been very overwhelming. We had quite a lot of support from the participants. In fact, we've had quite an overwhelming response from the 2 courses we did, and lots of learning on how we can improve. So we have a system of evaluation after every single course and every single event that we do. So we look at ourselves and try to improve. So I think from the first course, we learned how not to do a few things and how we can, improve our offerings. And we incorporated it for the second course and tried it out and added a few things. And I hope we can keep doing that. So that's the spirit in which we hope to continue. Also decided we'd do 7-day multi-skill residential courses and not longer ones that we'd planned like 10 and 14. And the only workshop kind of things we do is for our local youth and community, which are the 2-day, 1-day, 3-day things. And the third is we would like to find support for our research and documentation program, because a lot of people have shown interest in that. So one is hoping to begin that as well. In our community youth program, we have fixed Sunday bi-monthly kind of meetings, and we bring in people from outside for workshops, weekend workshops. And it's more to, it's called Khud Ki Pehchan. So very important that we know ourselves before we do anything else. We have something called the inner silence, which is a component of every course and everything we begin at every event with, where we allot half an hour. And with music, it's a meditative kind of thing which helps us to go inwards and ground ourselves before we begin in each day of learning. So I think I won't say any more here. I just wanted to end with, oh gosh, I have to screen share again, another challenge, but hopefully this time I'll get it. Just a very short video. Is that okay, Atullah? If I share
Uh,
very short 4-minute thing, which gives a feeling of, gives you a spirit of the place.
I was saying that that we will share that video over WhatsApp with the participants because we have about 15 minutes left. And for
Okay,
last
sure.
10 minutes,
Yeah.
I want to reserve for the checkbook round. So, so we have about
I'll
seven.
stop. Yeah.
Yeah, you can stop sharing.
Thank you so much.
So,
Thanks.
yeah, I know because I saved you the trouble of sharing again. Video
Thank
sharing,
you.
that's another ball game altogether.
Actually, I put both these together. I tried both of them out, but something happened still. It's just
No, no
about my
problem.
relationship with computers, I think. Not good. Okay, thank you.